What's good, everybody? It's AJ Flame here with my virtual world deck profile to show you guys. Now, I will be uploading another virtual world profile for you guys after this one with some slight changes that do make this deck a little bit more expensive. But now, this is what I have been running before I did make my purchase of Dragoon. So we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it. There are some choices I that I like in the deck that other people don't really agree with, but we'll get there when we get there. We're gonna go ahead, start off with the main virtual world monsters. We're gonna go ahead, obviously, triple Lulu. Honestly, like the best card. One of, like, literally your best searcher, the only searcher. This, if you don't see Lulu, you might have a pretty difficult turn. But even if you don't end up resolving her effects, you could still kind of pop off. But it'll just be a little more difficult. Right now, I believe I did check, and she's at $20 a piece. And when I say I'm glad I ordered all of these before it hit meta, because I had a inkling. I will tell you, I'm glad I got these way ahead of time. And triple Lao Lao, what is it? Send and revive. Awesome for extension and great to make Zulkin. And we are doing this by rarities, so the numbers won't be really off. And so the next, we're gonna go ahead double Nian Nian. Obviously, when Nian Nian in the grave summon a level 3, it will summon itself. But if you send it off of like GG and then summon GG, it won't summon itself because that's considered a simultaneous action. So basically, you'd have to activate or summon another level 3. So Nanya will actually get that summon effect from the graveyard, and that just ability to be able to shuffle anything back into your deck, even from your face down banish from desires, is absolutely amazing. It makes desires pretty much free in this deck, and it's such a great inclusion. Now, many people don't run this, but I do include the 1/2/2. Honestly, just another body. If you don't have anything else, if you have something in your graveyard, it's like, okay, and you have a dead card, you just be like, okay, just gonna discard this and then summon 2/2, and it'll be a tuner, and then I can still make plays and don't really have to waste a normal summon on a virtual world monster if I do have one in my hand, or if I'm able to or if I'm not able to bring out a level 6, which is very, very nice. You can also normal summon her from hand for pretty much free if your field is empty, or if you only control Worm or Psychus, which is very, very nice. Next we're gonna go ahead, triple Lily. This is the double foolish. So obviously target virtual card, send one of the type, and then send another one of the other type, which is very, very nice. Helps you extend a little bit more if you need be, or set up for following turns. And GG would be next in this lineup. GG recursion in the end phase, which is very nice, because if you activate the effect and it does end up resolving and going through in the end phase, you're able to add a virtual world monster from your graveyard to your hand, which you're usually adding back Lulu. But there are certain circumstances where you want to add back Lao Lao just for the extra summon, but it's also very, very pretty much a necessary conclusion. Okay, now that is all of the virtual world monsters that I do run. And now I'm running in another inclusion, which some people, I've talked to people about it, they don't really like it. Some do. I personally do. And I did take this inspiration from the Kali effect, so shout out to him, with double Destiny Hero Malicious. I've activated and resolved Malicious so many times in one game. It's absolutely insane, especially being able to shuffle it back with Nyan Nyan. If you don't really want to shuffle anything back in your desires pile, you can just be like, okay, I'm just going to shuffle back Malicious, and be like, boom, boom. You can also side him out, which is also very great. Like, if you don't know what to take out, you can take out Malicious and be like, okay, and you can still be able to do your plays. So Malicious is a very useful card in just utility and being versatile, and be able to take it out in like game 2 or 3, or put it back in, and depending on what you want to do. And next for my hand traps, we go triple Ash, double Bell, and double Veiler. Now, a lot of you are gonna say that why am I not running the Gamma package? That is simply because I don't have the Gamma package. Just because I don't have it doesn't mean I didn't test it. I did test it online and everything. It says that version and this version. I do kind of want to say that I do like this version better, just because you don't have that chance of drawing driver in the hand and just being absolutely dead. But I do completely understand that you're able to recycle the gamma and everything. But most of the time, the only time you're gonna have no cards on your side of the field is if you're going second. But that's just my thought process through the whole gamma thing. And that is the monster lineup. We're gonna go ahead and hop back over to the spells next. All right, so for the spells, we got 3 Kowloon. Obvious, the places a virtual gate spell or trap, cannot be ash, and gets the multiple effects. But we're not really aiming for those. We just want the placement, that's all we need. And next we do have the triple King Long or King Long. I'm honestly still don't know how to pronounce this card, and I've had it forever. And I did end up pulling the super rare from OTS packs that I got. I wasn't gonna buy them, so I got it. I'm like, might as well just put the super in for one of the commons, but it's like that. So this is how it's gonna be. Don't get mad at me. Don't hate me in the comments. Don't bully me into buying 2 more supers, because I'm not gonna do it. And next we have Triple Desires. It's pretty much a free draw too with Nyan Nyan in the deck. Enough said. And then Foolish Burial Goods. Even if you have nothing and you draw Foolish Burial Goods, it's very strong, and plus you can bait out so many things with it as well, because you can send the King Long and then banish that, and the opponent be like, okay, Ash, and now your Lulu is free to go off if you do have it in your hand, or another way to get through all your combos. And now for my 1-off spells, we got Called By and Italy. These two should be very, very self-explanatory. Called By is Called By and Italy, and a good portion of your monsters are level 3 psychic monsters. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the traps. Pretty standard lineup. We got 2 Chuche and then 1 John Woo. Chuche, level changer. It comes in handy in certain times, which is very, very nice. Most of the time you're climbing the synchros instead of just making one big one, but it does help with those Zulkin plays if you don't have another level 6 on the field. And John Woo is the monster reborn of the deck, which is very, very nice and very clean as well. But you do have that send thing at the end. But if you don't have any cards in your hand, you can still activate it, is what I was told by a judge, because it's this whole convoluted wording thing. But very good extension, very good also removal when on the field, and level exhaustion when off the field. And it's very nice that you're also able to shuffle all these back. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get onto the extra deck. We're going to go ahead and do it like this. So I do have it lined up. For the Virtual World extra deck monsters, we have Shen Shen, the Macrocosmos. Absolutely. Shen Shen can honestly just win games by itself sometimes. Jui Jui is very difficult to deal with, provided you have the right things in the graveyard, and also can win you matches, just because your opponent, if it comes out late game, your opponent might not have anything to remove it, anything else to remove Jui Jui. Fan Fan, also again, very nice card. Very, very nice card. I love having Fan Fan in the extra, just because the detach and then the banish from field and then the banish from grave. It's also very, very nice, and a very nice form of removal and disruption. And also when he leaves the field, you get to summon 2 from the deck, which is absolutely amazing. And not a lot of people run this, but I do, just in case, because you might need it. You never know. I do run Jaja, and Jaja is very, very nice. It's a Dragoon out, obviously, and just because I don't have Zeus, I do have to fill in other spots with cards that could be useful, could be toolboxes, depending on different situations, which is also kind of hard to deal with. But we'll go ahead and do that. And like I said earlier, I'll show you guys a different profile, and then with a different extra deck, including Mud Dragon and Dragoon later on, probably this or next week. I'm not 100% sure yet. All right, next for everything else. For our other exceeds, we have Sacred Treebeast Hyperiton. I do end up bringing him out more late game than early, personally speaking, because early game I'm mostly focusing on trying to get through the Zulkin combo and ending on Crystal Beam plus Shen Shen. But later in the game, when I do need that one more negate that could really win me that game going into Hyperiton is the go-to choice, since he can be pretty much become a negate for a spell negate, a trap negate, or a monster negate, depending on what I activate during my turn, which is very, very nice. And next I do only run one M7, because personally I don't really bring out M7 a whole lot unless I know I'm safe to go ahead and activate effect, add back, or bounce back anything, which is very nice. It's just nice to have. Utopia Beyond. Utopia Beyond's another Utopia. I mean, not Utopia. Wow, another Dragoon out, because it makes everything 0. It's very nice. After you bait out everything else they have, you be like, okay, Utopia Beyond, and then your opponent's just like, oh, it makes everything 0 and doesn't target, and you're like, yeah, it does. One Break Sword, because Break Sword spot removal, very, very nice. Pop anything on your side, pop anything on your opponent's side, destroy both of them, very nice. One Gossip Shadow, just in case you can't go into Crystal Wing, you can go ahead and go into Gossip Shadow, and then opponent activates effects, you can go ahead, detach both of them, and then make that effect. Each player draws one card. It does come up sometimes, but it's more of a backup plan just in case. And now going on to the rest of the synchros in this deck. One Zulkin, obvious reasons. The Crystal Wing Summoner, Crystal Wing Dragon, because it's Crystal Wing. Croc, Vermilion Dragon Mech, a Stardust Charge, and a Coral Dragon. Whoopsies. Now, I really, really like having these two in the deck, because, draw, and then you discard, draw, and then when you leave the field, you draw a card. And the fact that when it's leave the field, not destroyed, is very, very nice, because if you could go ahead and like synchro with it, since it is a tuner, you can just bring on a level 3, go into Shen Shen, and then you get Shen Shen plus an additional draw, which is very, very nice. But again, it just really, really depends on the hand you have. It depends on everything and what your combo pieces, interruptions, and etc. But that is going to be my current virtual world profile for you guys today. Now, if you go ahead, have any questions for me about this profile, or anything that you guys want to ask me, clarify me, don't be afraid to go ahead and ask me questions down in the comment section below. I will go ahead and do my best to get to respond to you guys and answer with any questions or suggestions that you may have for this deck profile. Anything else that can make it more budget, really, or anything that you have been testing and things like that, to go ahead and make the deck much better. I do know with Burst of Destiny there are going to be cards that I'm going to pick up for this deck that are very, very useful and very helpful towards this strategy, in providing more forms of interruption during your opponent's turn. But when we get there, we will get there, and I'll go ahead and give you guys that updated list whenever I get those cards. Now, if you made it through this video, I really do appreciate it. So go ahead and give it a like and subscribe. Comment in the comment section down below, and if you would please go ahead and share it to your friends, so I try to get my channel off the ground as much as we can. I would really, really appreciate it. I'm trying to somehow get to 100 followers, 100 subscribers by the end of this year. If I can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. I know it's a lot considering where I am right now, but if I keep pumping out content as much as I can, and equipment and everything like that, I believe I should be able to make it, if I go ahead and go through everything that I can do. I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll go ahead and keep trying to give you guys updated profiles, and try to get live duels out for you if I can, just depending on schedule and equipment and everything, and money and things like that. But thank you guys for watching this video. This is AJ Flame, and I am signing off.